So let's take this even one step further. So we've got, maybe we want to check to see if A is equal to B or less than B. So we'll just change this to A less than B. And over here, A is equal to B. So I'm going to update this, and we're going to do a check to see if A is actually equal to B. So we're going to use else if. And else if gives us that other option to make that final check to see if A is equal to B. And I'm going to add in this parse integer, add that back in. And then lastly, we have another option here where we can just do else. And within the else, I'm going to just output that output. So A is less than B, A is equal to B. So this one, so if it's none of these are true, then A must be more than B. So let's see how this works out. So let's refresh it and see that A is less than B. Let's change A to A is more than B, and A is equal to B. So relatively straightforward, and you can build out additional else ifs to make some additional checks to see if you've got some matching content. And of course you can use all these different operators. So besides that, you also have, going back to what we looked at before, where we had these logical operators. So we can really start to build out these statements and these conditions. So I can do something like and, or I can do something like or, and present another condition to be met, and so on. So as long as everything comes out true within that operator, within that condition, we're going to run through that first one. And then if this one is true, then we're going to run through the second one. And if none of these have been true, then we're just going to output that third one within the else statement. And that's essentially how conditions work. In the next lesson, we're going to simplify this. So sometimes you might have the you may be looking for an option where you can simply output and switch depending on what the output is. So you don't want to be adding in a bunch of else ifs. You want to just look to see if a condition is met, and if it is met, then maybe output something. And that's where switches come in. And we're going to look at that in the upcoming lesson. And it's going to really simplify when you have multiple possibilities and multiple conditions that you're trying to meet, and you want to have an output that coincides with it. So we're going to take a look at that in the next lesson.